Good evening, wonderful people. Welcome to the very first update call on our UpLift DAO. And I'm tuning in from Dubai, and my colleague Alex is tuning in from Kiev. So I would like to first of all introduce ourselves, just in case some of you don't know who we are. My name is Arina Heaver. I'm a founding council member for UpLift Launchpad. And Alex, my colleague, tech lead, and a fellow founding council member. What we will do today, we will literally take 10-15 minutes to give a quick update. Where are we at with the product launch? Where are we with the DAO launch? And what is in store for our large community? And what steps are we taking to onboard other large communities and also the council members? Because I'm sure you know, a DAO is nothing without the community. A DAO is nothing without a very diverse, strong, and reputable council members. Alex, can you start with your update, please, for us?
Of course. Let me show you a beautiful presentation that we crafted together to outline the main concepts of our UpLift DAO. Sharing my screen. So the UpLift DAO has been a concept for the previous couple of months when we've been actively trying to form this huge, beautiful projects that interacts really closely between different DeFi's, businesses, in order to bring the best launching grounds possible for the up-and-coming projects. I think I'd start with the main concept of how UpLift functions, how it's all gonna work. We focus on these three key points. We incubate, we launch, and we accelerate different businesses. For us, it's key to be involved at every stage of project's launch life cycle. This means that like instead of the usual concept that you might be familiar of how DAO function, we really want to create this ecosystem for small projects that just try to get there and have this beautiful idea, right? We want to launch them and we want them to grow continuously. We don't want to have a situation when we launch something and then we disappear and the project does not do all that they can do in their power. We are about this ecosystem that exists around the project. So the first part of the ecosystem is the incubation process. We really expose the project for different aspects of all business infrastructure that this project might need. We provide business, tech, and legal consultancy. We do a tokenomics review and suggestions. We introduce the project to different venture capital funds that may be interested in this idea. We provide multiple marketing services to lead this project somewhere. And we also bring a community. Community is a focus of UpLift DAO. And by interacting with UpLift incubation phase, you are onboarding a lot of interested people. Now, during this stage, we talk about potential private round investments with the project. Before each and every project goes public, they usually do a private round. Private round where they expose initial token holders, that being investors, VCs, friends and family, to the token at the lowest price. And here we want to make sure that most active community participants would get a chance to participate in a private round for the project. Now, after the incubation phase, we do the launch. Here we crowdfund. Here we attract the retail or public investors, and make sure that their participation is up to standard. We set up the necessary processes. These processes being the necessary marketing connections, the proper KYC, the proper exchange listings, and we do the crowd sale. We perform the IDO where project raises exactly the amount that project intends to raise within this retail sector. Before the project does it, you need to pass the necessary steps in order to participate. This whole process starts with staking. So when you want to interact as a stakeholder of UpLift, you first stake. You stake and you receive not only Lift rewards for it, you also get your chance to win the IDO allocation. There is a really extensive staking model that we're going to touch upon a bit now. The third phase, the acceleration phase. We thought that this phase is not really actively used for some reason. We are at the stage where there are tens, hundreds of different launch pads, but usually they just, well, disappear. I say that that's not us. And we want to ensure that project grows continuously. With the following tools, we do multiple farming incentives. We handle exchange listings. We make sure that there are proper market-making connections being introduced to the project. We introduce project to multiple different partnerships. And also, there is a KOL network that we have used extensively throughout the years in our projects that we really would like to expose new up-and-coming projects to. One of the important parts of this acceleration process is making sure that there are continuous incentives for each and every project that that has been launched on our platform. This means that, say, if we partner with some kind of NFT platform, and well, they offer NFT services in exchange for their token, we can strike a deal and say, hey, not only you would get the NFT, but you would get rewarded with our Lift token for that. This is the situation that's incredibly beneficial for each and every party, really, because project gets the necessary exposure. And it's not only the launch exposure, it's more like feature exposure or phase exposure. Participant gets their Lift tokens, and we do get our token utility. Now, where do we start? We definitely see this project as cross-chain project, but each project needs to start somewhere, right? Our initial point is Binance Smart Chain. We decided to choose this network due to its maturity and stability that's beautifully combines with lower fees. Now, Irina would gonna touch upon the DAO. As we have mentioned, DAO is key, and everything here is centered around. Irina, please go.
So let's just first discuss what is a DAO, right? Let's think about the concept of companies. We so got used to this concept, and we think that this concept existed forever, but that is not the case. The concept of companies created only in the last, let's say, 200 years, when a capital was pulled together by merchants, for example, and they embarked on these seagoing missions to trade goods and bring more goods. So those companies were created in order to protect them from the liability when they ship goods across the ocean. And then additional legal developments happened, limited liability companies were created, partnerships were created, etc., etc. So it's a work in progress. So the legal structure of legal entities and the management of how the capital was pulled together for the work was, no, go back, was managed by legal developments. Now we're in this Web 3.0 reality where information is digital first, where money, such as Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency, is digital first. But the companies, in order to create a company, you still need to go to a registry office, sign a paper, put a stamp on it, put a signature. So that kind of does not work together. So what is a DAO? Decentralized Autonomous Organization, which is a decentralized organization which runs on smart contracts, on a collection of smart contracts and how they interact with each other. And that's how you manage the company. So let's have a look. What is a DAO consist of? There is a council. Like compared to a normal company, there's a board of directors. So here we have a council, and the council looks after the business operations and also maintains and develops the DAO, because the job of the council is to grow DAO as big as possible and to make it as successful as possible. Another layer within the DAO is the contributors, because so imagine, a corporation without the people who are actually working for the corporation means nothing. So the contributors are the wonderful, men and women who are joining the DAO to contribute marketing activities, to build the community, to manage the community, to build, to grow the DAO and also the projects on the DAO, and also to develop the product. Nowadays, it's men and women. Let's see, maybe in 10 years, it's going to be bots, right? It can be, it may be, maybe some artificial intellect. We'll see once we get there. And of course, the most important part is the community, because DAO is nothing without the community, which supports, contributes, and otherwise governs the whole structure. So let's just remember here that DAO, think about Switzerland. Switzerland is a direct democracy. Each individual in Switzerland has a word to say and has a vote, and that vote is directly counted. So in my view, Switzerland is the last remaining direct democracy. DAOs are structured like Switzerland. Each individual, each community member, provided that they have the tokens of the DAO, otherwise you're not part of the DAO, use the tokens to vote either on the election of the projects or on the election of the, which way for DAO to go, which way to develop. So think about it. Each individual or each community member of the DAO is a shareholder and has direct voting rights to see where the organization is going. So can I see the next slide?
Sure.
And the council is very important. We are now working on bringing top experts and top industry leaders to be the council of the DAO, because it is very important. Think about it from this point of view. When you start a corporation, you want to have the strongest board members, you want to have the strongest directors, those with the best experience, the best owned communities, and the best reputation within the industry. And this is exactly what we're doing. We are now in the process of signing up really expert leaders within the community, and we'll announce that as they join the council of the DAO. And of course, the contributors. So these are the the blood and the working force of the DAO. To become a contributor, you need to apply. So there will be a very straightforward application process. Everything is, of course, digital. Everything through the use of UpLift tokens. So, and you can apply as a contributor within a certain expertise of yours. If you're an attorney, you can apply and, for example, help to develop some of the little DAO structures for the new DAO projects that are coming. If you're an awesome marketeer or a growth hacker, you apply to join as a contributor to work in your field. And of course, for this, you get paid in UpLift tokens, because that's the utility mechanism. That's the utility mechanism of the launchpad. And of course, community, the something that we're very, very proud of. We already have a large community, and we are onboarding other large communities to join the launchpad, because the larger community we have, that means the more projects we can service, that means the more projects we can develop and launch and incubate and make awesome rewards for the community. And it's we've got a specific plan in place how to onboard those additional communities, and there's a lot of work going on, and we will update as communities join. So here you go. That was a very quick less than 15-minute update on the UpLift DAO. We look forward to updating you further next week. Alex, shall we make these calls, these updates weekly?
I think we should.
And each time we will have new members joining, and we will have new council members, founding members joining the call, and this will keep the community, our existing community, informed of where we're going, what is happening, and also it's very important to keep everybody updated on the product launch. Let's remind everyone that we're still in that manic product launch phase. At the same time, there's a manic legal DAO setup phase and the growth phase. So welcome to the world of entrepreneurship.
It's fun. It's fun. And so we definitely intend to make a lot of noise in the industry. I guess that's it. Thank you. Thank you for listening to us.
Thank you. And we'll see you next week.